Dear students, in previous class we discussed types of networks. There are mainly three types of networks that are local area networking, that you can call as a LAN. Second is the wide area networking, you can call as a WAN. And third is the metropolitan area networks, that you can call it as a MANs. So first, what do you mean by networking? Networking means what? Connection together between the number of computers is called as a networking. Okay, means what? Network means what? Connecting the number of computers through the cable or wireless, wired or wireless, that you can call as a networking. So there are three types of networkings: local area networking, wide area networking, and metropolitan area networking. In that first is the local area networks. So what do you mean by local area networks? Autonomous computers are connected together within a building or one room or one campus. You can call it the local area networks. Okay, a small computer network that are confined to localized area are known as local area networks. Means what? Number of computers are connected together within one building or one room or one campus. That you can call it as a local area networks. Okay, and this local area networks is owned by single organization. This is owned by single organization. There is no multiple organization. It is owned by single organization. That you can call as a local area networking. So what is the use of local area networking? Using local area networking, you can share your resources like hardwares and softwares. Using local area networking, you can share your resources like hardwares and softwares. Okay, that is called as a LAN. Second is the metropolitan area networks. Metropolitan areas means what? The network can be spread over a city, one city. A network can spread over a city. For example, TV networks cables. See, in your city, the TV cable is connected to all the homes that are covered in that city or nearby villages also. Okay, so that you can call as a metropolitan area networks, MANs. Means what? The network can be done within one city or nearby villages also. Okay, but not for more distance. For example, it is not possible to make the networking Nippani or Chikkodi and Belgaum like that. Nippani, Chikkodi you can make it if necessary. If it is necessary, you can make it Nippani and Chikkodi, but not Chikkodi and Belgaum. Okay, so that is called as the metropolitan area networks. Third is the wide area networks. Wide area means what? A network spread across the country. Okay, the network spread across the country, that is called as a wide area networkings. So we are using the internet because of WANs only, wide area networks. This happens using our satellites communications. Okay, some telephone lines and satellite communications. Using the satellites and using the telephone systems, we can make the networks across the country, that you can call as the WAN. So these are the three types of networks: LAN, WAN, MAN. And also discussed yesterday, that is difference between LAN and WAN. Okay, what do you mean by LAN and what do you mean by WAN? What is the main difference in both of them? In LAN, the network can be done within a kilometer or within few kilometers, but in WAN, across the country. Networks can be spread across the country. In LAN, a total data rate of at least several Mbps. Okay, in LAN you are having the several Mbps speed in LAN. Whereas a WAN, data rate less than 1 Mbps. Data rate is less than 1 Mbps. In third point, in LAN, complete ownership by a single organization. A LAN can be owned by a single organization. There is no any other organization. A single owner will be in local area networking. Whereas a WAN, wide area networks, owned by multiple organizations. That is not a single organization. In that case, the number of organizations involved in that. Means that is owned by number of organizations. In LAN, very low error rates will be happen. In LAN, very low error rates will be happen. In WAN, comparatively higher errors will be happen, because if any error came in LAN, you can find out easily because it is within a one campus. You can find out it. Whereas a WAN, it is difficult for us to find out the error rates because the network is spread over the country. Network is spread over the country, so it is difficult to find out the errors. Next point, network topologies. Next point, network topologies. The actual appearance or layout of network is called as a topology. The question we ask for you one more. So what is topology? Network topology. Network topology means what? The actual appearance or layout of the networking. That can call as a network topologies. The question may be asked for you one mark for definition, because from this chapter 2 questions will be asked for 1 mark. 2 questions will be asked for 1 mark. What is that question? Define network topology. Network topology means the actual appearance or layout of networking. What is difference? What is definition? The actual appearance or layout of networking is called as a network topologies. There are mainly 5 types of network topologies are there. There are mainly 5 types of network topologies are there. We can explain one by one. Okay. You may see in here diagrams. First is a bus topology. Second is ring topology. Third is star topology. One more is the extended star topology and mesh topology. You can see here figures. Okay. So just I will explain one by one. So first we are going to explain star topology. See in this, what is star topology? This topology consists of a central node to which all other nodes are connected by a single path. It is the topology used most existing information networks involving data processing or voice communication. See what is star topology. Previously see the diagram of star topology. See, this is the diagram of star topology. What is this? This topology consists of a central node to which all other nodes are connected by single wires. Means what? In star topology we are having the one single node, and all other computers connected to that node through the cables. All other nodes are connected to that cables through the separate cables. Each and everyone is having the separate cables. Got it? Each and everyone computers are having the separate cables to connect that central node. Okay. It is the topology used most existing information networks involving data processing and voice communication. This type of topology used in the data processing as well as voice communication. Wherever voice communication is needed, in that networks they are using the star topology, because this is having the one central node, and after that whatever workstations are there, that all workstations are connected directly to the node through the cable. Means with the help of cable all the workstations can be connected to your central node. That is called the star topology. Then see what are the advantages of star topology. While using the star topology, which are the advantages are there, we can explain one by one. Okay. First one is that ease of service. The star topology has a number of concentrations points. These provide easy access for service and reconfiguration of the networks. Star topology is a easy service. It is easy service because the star topology has a number of concentrations points. It is having the means what, where connections are joined. The number of connections are joined in this star topology. This provides easy access for service and reconfiguration of the network. So because of that, what will happen? You can easily access it and as well as reconfiguration it. If it is necessary to make the reconfiguration, that is also easy. And also you can easily access that network. This is the first advantage. Then second is that one device per connection. And I told you, connection points in any networks are prone to failure in star topology. Failure, a single communication typically involves disconnecting one node only other than from fully functional network. See, as I told you, there is one single node and all the other computers are connected through the cable. If any one of the workstation is failure, in that case, that single PC will be get failure, remaining systems will be intact. Means remaining systems will be you can use, because the single machine is going to failure. That does not affect for other computers. That does not affect for other computers. In star topology, if a single workstation is failure, then remaining workstations can work because they are directly connected to the node. They are directly connected to the node. So because of that, if any one of the network is fails, that single network will be get failed. Remaining network workstations will be in working. This is the main advantage of star topology, because in some of the other networks, what will happen? If any one of the workstation is failure, then whole network will be becomes a breakdown. But in star topology, not like that. If any one single network is breakdown or it is having any errors, that single workstations you can remove it, remaining will be work as it is. There is no problem for them. Okay. So this is about what? Star topology. Understood? So what is the star topology? Star topology means what? It is a single node and all other workstations are directly connected to that node. Star topology is a single node and all other networks are directly connected to that node. Okay. It is the network where each and every workstations are connected to through the cable to that particular node. And normally this is used in the data processing and as well as voice communication. For data processing and voice communication, we have to use the star topology. Got it? In data communication and as well as voice communications, we are going to use the star topology. See, what are the advantages? First advantage is easy of service. Easy of service means what? The star topology has a number of concentration points, means where connections are joined. So because of that, it provides that easy access and also recomposition of the network. If it is necessary to make the recomposition, you can make it easily recomposition and as well as easily access its service. You can easily access its service. So next is one device per connection. One device per connection means what? It is having the one node, then remaining networks are connected through the cables. If any one of the network is failure in star topology, failure of a single connection typically involves disconnecting one node only other than from fully functional work. If any one of the network is get failure, you can remove that failure connection only, not all the systems. All the systems will be get in working, no problem. Okay? So this is about what? Star topology. Next, bus or linear topology. The bus topology or linear topology, you can call it as a bus topology or you can call it as a linear topology. You can call anything what you want. Okay, bus topology or linear topology, you can call anything, any one of the name you can call it. Linear topology or bus topology. A name itself implies you bus topology. Okay, see the name. Name itself implies what is bus topology. This consists single length of the transmission medium, which is called as the coaxial cable only, onto which the various nodes are attached. Various nodes are attached. The topology is used in traditional data communication network where the host at the one end of the bus communicates with the several terminals attached to along with its length. I already told you, bus means what? It is having a one single path, one single transmission cable. It is having the single transmission cable. Through that, number of various nodes are attached. This is one single cable. It is one single cable. That's the one you can normally use it as a coaxial cable. For that only use the coaxial cable, onto which the various nodes are attached. To that cable, the number of nodes are attached. The topology is used traditional data communication. This type of topology is used in traditional data communication networks, where the host at the one end of the bus communicates with the several terminals attached to along with its length. So whatever the nodes are attached to it, it will communicate to all the nodes. But this is only one single cable. This is one single cable. Through that cable, the number of nodes are attached. Through that cable, the number of nodes are attached. The transmission from any station travels the length of the bus in both the directions and can be received by all other stations. The bus has terminates at the either end, which is absorb the signal, removes it from the bus. See, this is one single cable. So in this, transmission can be happen in either of the ends. The all other nodes are connected to this cable through the it's a nodes only. It is having the number of nodes. This is one length cable. So the number of nodes are connected together. Data is transmitted in a small blocks known as the packets. The data transmission is called as the packets. Each packet has some data bits plus a header containing its destination address. Every packet has some data bits, means it is having some data plus a header containing its destination address, and this packet also contains its destination address where it should be get reached. It contains where the data should be received, the address. A station wanting to transmit some data sends its packets along with the bus. A station wanting to transmit some data sends it in packets along with the bus. The destination device is identifying the address of the packets, copies the data onto its disk. So whatever the destination is there, that address will be get copied and data will be transferred into its destination. Then see what are the advantages of linear bus topology. Their advantages are there as well as some disadvantages also are there. So I will explain one by one. So first see what are the advantages of bus topology or linear topology. Short cable length and simple wiring layout. In this system, it requires short cable length and simple wiring layout. This decreases the installation cost and also leads to simple and easy to maintain wiring layout. In star topology, all the nodes are connected through each node, workstation are connected to the node that are having the separate cables, that all workstations are having the separate cables in star topology. In bus topology, not like that. We are having only one single cable, and all the nodes are connected to that cable only. It means decrease the installation cost as well as the cable also, and leads simple and easy to maintain wiring layout. This is the first advantage. Second is resilient architecture. The linear architecture makes it very reliable from the hardware points of view. There is a single cable through which all the data propagates and which all nodes are connected. This simple wiring method is having one single cable and all propagators are connected to this cable only. Means it is a simple way of architecture. We are having the one length cable. To that length cable only all our nodes are get connected. Next is easy to extend. If you want to add some additional nodes, you can easy to extend that cable length. Additional nodes can be connected to existing bus network at any point along with its length. So if you want to add some any other nodes, easily you can add it. Means extension is easy in this method. These are the advantages. Then see which are the disadvantages of this linear topology. If you are having the advantage and disadvantage also we have. Fault diagnosis is difficult. First disadvantage is that fault diagnosis is difficult. Fault detection is not simple. Control of the networks is not centralized in any particular node. This means that the detection of the fault may have to perform from many points in the network. See, this is not a centralized network. This is one single cable, length cable. We have to start finding the faults from beginning to end. Because it is not centralized. If it is centralized, easily you can find out where we are having the faults. Fault diagnosis is very difficult. We have to start searching from beginning to end. Then only you will get the faults, where the fault is happens or where errors are happen. Because easily we are not able to find out the errors. The errors will be find out from beginning to end. We have to travel it from beginning to end. Then only you will come to know, understood where the errors are happen. Second, fault isolation is difficult. If a node is fault on this bus, it must be rectified at the point where the node is connected to the network. This is a single cable. If any one of the nodes is fault on the bus, it must be rectified at the point of where the nodes connected to the network. Means you have to first rectify it and then connect it. Then only your whole network will get started. Okay. Otherwise, the whole network will get stopped. Repeater configuration. When bus type network has two backbone extended using repeaters, configuration may be necessary. If you are using the repeaters, the reconfiguration is necessary because it is the backbone of your network. Nodes must be intelligent. Each node to the network is directly connected to central bus. This means that some way of deciding who can use the network at any given time must be performed in each node. So all the nodes are directly connecting to your central bus. So this means that some way of deciding who can use the networks. Okay, you have to decide it first, which node you are going to perform the network. That is also one disadvantage. This is also one disadvantage. So these are two topologies we have discussed today. One is star topology and second is a bus topology. So remaining part we will discuss in tomorrow's class. Okay, thank you.